Retro right here coming at you with another pickup video. Today is March 3rd, 2017. Today the Nintendo Switch came out. My question to you guys are, what do you think of the Switch? What's your first impressions? What are your thoughts? Do you think that the system's going to fail like the Wii U did? Do you think the system's going to succeed? I feel that this system, based on the initial pre-order structure and how no one was in line to pre-order it, but then when I went to the midnight release, the store was packed. There was people everywhere picking up this thing. It was pure chaos. It actually took me like 45 minutes to get my game and get out of the store, and they had 3 people there, which was pretty crazy because that shows you how many people were there. In a comment down below, let me know what your thoughts were. Alright, let's jump into this pickup. This is about a month and a half's worth of pickups. This is all the stuff that's going in my personal collection. There's only one game that's not going in my personal collection, but I wanted to show it off before I trade it because it was a really good deal that I got from somebody that works at one of my local video game stores. He had it in his personal collection, and we kind of did a little trade, so thank you, Kevin. First and foremost, I got a gift from my buddy Jeremy. He gave me a copy of Resident Evil since I don't really have many PlayStation games. Resident Evil is a great start to the collection. Resident Evil, for those of you who don't know, there was a long box version and a jewel case version was later released before the greatest hits or the director's cut version. This is a little bit harder to get. Not more expensive, but just a little bit harder to get. Next, I picked up off of online. I saw this. I knew I had to have it just for the fact that I've never seen this before, and I'm sort of collecting that niche of really uncommon, really rare things, as well as games that I want to play. But my main focus is if it's really uncommon and I don't see it that often, that's where I want to put into my collection just right now. That is the special bonus bundle pack for the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. This is open, so I will be able to show you the stuff. The standard box, complete in box. But here's with the outer box that you get. You got a episode of one of the Pokemon that Mystery Dungeon shows, which is really awesome, really cool. This is still sealed. You don't ever see this, ever, this bundle. It was the first time I saw it. I knew it was uncommon, and I knew that I had to have it, so I immediately picked it up for actually a really good price based on what one recently just sold off of eBay. Next, I did a trade with my buddy. We've done a few trades now. He's purchased a bunch of Super Nintendo games when my collection was up for sale. So I've slowly set some aside for him. We did some deals, and that's the Mega Man X3 box only. He had the box and the cart with a really jacked up cart, and the issue was the cart got damaged beyond repairable due to, I think, a hammer or a sledgehammer. A little child, but you know, that happens. I've just secured the manual, so if anybody's got the cartridge, I'm going to a convention this weekend. Pretty sure I should be able to get the cartridge, but if not, it's no big deal. I'll eventually pick that one up. If anybody has the box for Mega Man Soccer or Mega Man 7, those are 2 that are on my huge want list. Let me know. Oh, also the case and manual for Saturn Bomberman. I had the disc forever, looking to get the case and manual. Here was a mistake purchase. Doesn't happen that often, but I was at a flea market. I was making a lot of purchases from the seller. The seller gave me a discount on everything. The first thing I spotted when I opened up one of the boxes was King's Shield for the PlayStation 1. This is the jewel case version. When I was selling my collection, which was back in June, about 7-8 months ago, this jewel version was selling for over $100. I did not know that this leveled out with the long box version as of late. So a bunch of these jewel case versions were brought up for sale, and the demand went down drastically. So I'm going to keep this one in my collection. I actually think that I'm going to go, instead of doing long boxes, I'm going to get the jewel case versions of any game that I wanted that was on a long box. This was actually a really good game. I paid $35 for it, which is retail, but I actually thought I was getting a really, really great deal, but unfortunately I was not. Alright, next is a contact that I've met through Facebook. A friend of mine tagged me in his for sale post. I've made several purchases, several trips to his house, and these are two that are staying with me. First is a completed box copy of Gradius. I love me some shooters. Very happy to get this one. I think this was 15 or 20 bucks. The next one, this was 20 bucks. It's the Batman Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super Nintendo. This is box only. He kind of had a hard time pricing it, but since I bought so much stuff and I really wanted this box, he told me just give him 20 bucks. I've already secured the manual, just need to find the cart, but the cart's extremely easy to come by, so I'll be able to track that down really fast. Next, we're going to get into trades and purchases from my local game store. I have been buying and selling and trading with the store called J Street forever and a day. First thing I picked up with credit was Guardian Heroes. They literally just got this in at their, I don't want to say Willow Grove, but I'm definitely wrong in that. They just had a new store open up in my area. I never even went to it yet, but one of the workers knows that I collect rare Saturn games, messaged me saying, hey, just got this trade in, and it was pretty funny that he did that because I was trading in at the King of Prussia store. So basically, I purchased it over the phone, and he delivered it to my house. Speaking of which, I picked up the box only for King of Dragons from them. They've had the box and cart forever. I made a I made a point to them that, listen, your price that you have on it is a great price, but most of your people that come to your store only buy the cartridge of this game, so why don't you just sell me the box, I'll pay the difference, and you could just sell the cartridge. Well, since this box has been in there forever, they said, you know what, smart idea, let's go for it. So they were able to capitalize on that. Two recent ones, I got Orcs and Elves for $3.99. Metal Jesus keeps on talking about how good this game is. It's a dungeon crawler. Going to check it out for $4. It was complete. Sure. Last and not least, Sin and Punishment on the Wii. This actually really is a fun game. It was only $9. I think this game is probably going to be one of those sought after Wii titles after GameStop phases them out, because this is actually a really fun Wii title. Alright, we're narrowing down to the last three. The trade that I talked about with my friend that works at the one video game store. I got Bubble Bobble Part 2 for a really good trade. The label is jacked to no end. Back is a little damaged as well, but like I said, this is already being traded to somebody else I know. And if I didn't trade it to that person, I would have probably sought out the box and manual to complete this, but that would have been a tough one to do. Last but not least, my buddy Scott, Grimsie42. Link will be in the description down below. You guys obviously heard of him. He had messaged me saying, hey, I don't know if you're looking for this, but they just reprinted it. Yakuza 2, $40, brand new, sealed. This game is an awesome beat 'em up. I've been trying to get this game for under $100 for a long time. Now I've been able to get it for $40 on a reprint. I love when companies do reprints now that I'm more of a player, not a reseller. And last but not least, I was holding some games, which the link down below will take you to his actually unboxing of my package I sent him. I've been holding these games for him since Too Many Games in June. He told me that he was interested in them. We actually never really discussed, that much in detail. I just knew he wanted them, so I wasn't ever going to put them up for sale. Then he messaged me. Then I started collecting again. I wind up trying to buy this game that I'm about to show you off of eBay. I lost the auction within a few seconds, but then I remembered that Grimsy was paring down some of his collection. So I messaged him saying, hey, do you still have this game or have you already sold it? He goes, no, I still have it. So we worked out a deal where I sent him money as well as the games that I'm going to link down below to have this one in my collection. And that is Mega Man 4 Game Gear. This one took me forever to find, complete in box. There's a little damage in the back of the box right there. Probably can't, yeah, you can see it right there. But overall, in good condition. This is actually in better condition than the one that I had last. Very happy to have this one back in my collection. Thank you, Scott. Guys, thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button. Until next time, bye.